right, we going. What's good? What's good, everybody? It's week 3, Houston Texans mock draft. Today, I got my brother Wink joining me. It's gonna be some consultation so we can fix this Houston Texans. Wink, go ahead and introduce yourself today, brother.
And Third Coast Sports TV, y'all already know what it is, man. We back at it. It's mock draft season. Draft season is underway. Fuck the Texans, fuck Davis Mills. We're about to go ahead and get y'all something that we know that the fans been looking forward to, and that's the 2023 NFL draft. Let's get it.
So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Um, support Saw Sports. We've been trying to tell y'all from day one, Davis Mills was trash. We've been trying to tell y'all from day one, Lovie Smith was trash. We've been trying to tell y'all since day one, David Cullings was trash. We've been trying to tell y'all since day one, Jack Easterby was a Kansas. And all this stuff has came to fruition, and look at it. I mean, people was calling us haters at the time, but everything has come true. But let's go ahead and get into this NFL mock draft database simulator. You know I got it up. You know we're doing the Houston Texans. That's the squad. That's always gonna be the squad, no matter what. If we winning or we losing, and we're gonna do 7 rounds. We're gonna make it fast, as fast as the computer gonna let me. But we're gonna do it fast. So Houston Texan. All right, 7 rounds, fast. No, it got me with the Houston Texans. It got me with the Bengals. It got me with the Chiefs. No, we don't want them, especially not the Chiefs after they put that whooping on us. They don't need no fixing. They already steal all of our players. All right, so y'all see, we got the Houston Texans. We got the 2023 draft. We got 7 rounds, and we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Let's enter the draft room.
Who will the number one pick overall be? The Houston Texans.
Ooh, yeah, ooh. This is gonna have to be some consultation. I know we got some differences on this pick. Who your number one right now? While I got the board getting started.
Well, I mean, I can see how everything the board is really leaning towards Bryce, but I think Stroud is still the guy. I think just from a size perspective, I like the way they both have great arms. I'm leaning a little bit towards Stroud, but I'm not gonna be mad if Bryce Young is the pick either. So I think what I'll do, I'll give in to what the fan base actually wants on this one, and the fact that we can see what he's been able to do against Georgia, the SEC. We see he's been in championship games. He plays good games. He doesn't fade. He does everything to keep these guys alive in football games. So Bryce Young has to be the number one overall pick.
You know, I already agree with that. You don't even have to go on mute no more. We really don't got the echo situation, FYI. It's good
Okay,
now.
all right.
So we real good. But yeah, it got to be Bryce Young. He done made the big plays at big times. Uh, he's led his team to multiple wins. He won a Heisman last year. He's
Mhm.
oh yeah, there go the echo again. Um, he's got to deal with Bill O'Brien, and he's overcome Bill O'Brien. That's something Deshaun Watson was able to do while he was here, and that just shows that the kid has special talent. He can make throws while on the run. He can evade sacks. He can. He don't even got talent around him, to be honest. He haven't had a first round receiver like Mac Jones have. He didn't have a Jalen Waddles. He didn't have a Devontae Smith. He didn't have a Jerry Judy. Tua and Mac Jones had those guys, and Bryce Young is dealing with Mechie, with Jamison Williams. Both of those guys haven't played yet. Hopefully, we get to see Mechie next year. But it's going to be a hell of a duo seeing those guys with that type of chemistry. Mechie coming 100% healthy. It's going to be a real brand new facade with the Houston Texans, and hopefully we can build a new culture in this franchise. So with the number one pick, doom 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 doom, your Houston Texans select Bryce Youngs. CJ went number two. CJ went number two. Yeah.
Oh,
And Willie
oh,
Anderson's off the board. Ringo just went number 6 to Detroit.
oh.
So I'm gonna discuss the board with you real fast and we can consultate. So we got Will Levis on the board. I just have to
Ugh.
say it because he's there. We got Brian Breezy on the board, number 8. We got Quentin Johnson on the board, number 9 player. We
Hmm.
got Peter Skoronsky, number 10 player, offensive tackle out of Northwestern. We got
Right.
Jordan Addison, USC, the 11th player, ranked
Mhm.
player. We got Joey Porter Jr., the 12th ranked player. And then we got, oh, I mean, you really don't have to go further than that.
Well, for me, in these top picks, because we do need some interior pressure and we do need as much help in the run defense that we can, I say you get one of the better D tackles, and that remains to be Brian Breesy from Clemson. The man has a great skill set, very fast, finishes plays. Um, he can play inside. He can play defensive end as well. But we're going to use him primarily, inside of D tackle spot. So I think at this point, Brian Breezy could be the pick. I won't be mad if we end up taking a guy like Michael Mayer or somebody like that, because you still have a guy like Ika in the second round if you don't want to take a D tackle in the first round.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. I think you gotta go Brian Breezy. And Brian Brees is a dog. He's a monster. He kind of reminds me of a J.J. Watt type of interior D lineman that can play great in the 3-4 scheme, great in the 4-3 scheme. You can play him inside. You can play him outside on the edge. He demands 2 or 3 blocks. He's still gonna he's gonna get the tackles for a loss. He's gonna impact the game like the game needs to be impacted for the Houston Texans. We give up 180 yards on a rush game every game. It has to be fixed, and the only way we can fix it by looking at this board right now is going to get Brian Breezy. The guy is like 6'5", like 300 or something like that. The dude is a physical monster. So if anything, he can get his hands up, and that's already tipping the pass. That was something J.J. Watt was able to excel with. So I agree with you. And with the 7th pick in the NFL draft, doom 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 doom, the Houston Texans select Brian Breezy out of Clemson University.
Fantastic pick, man. He's coached up very well. They've always had some great defensive players coming out of Clemson over the last few years. Dabo Sweeney, he knows how to find talent. So I think with the staff, depending on who it takes over next year, hopefully Ken Dorsey, or D'Amico Ryan, somebody like that, can definitely get this man pointed in the right direction with the class that we had this year.
Oz, 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 Oz. We got some decisions. We got some decisions. We got some decisions at the number 32 pick.
Ooh.
Because the 15th ranked overall player is still on the board, and Michael Mayer. You got Antonio Johnson, safety out of A&M, the 26th ranked player on the board. You got Jameer Gibbs, running back out of Alabama, 27th ranked player, still on the board. You go Osiris Torrance, the guard from Florida, still on the
Mhm.
board. You got Noah Sewell, still on the board from Oregon. And you got Siaka Ika and Anthony Richardson, but he need to stay another year. Or Josh Downs. So
Oh man, the decisions for B are very good. But one thing that I think that we need, since we take Bryce Young, I think what we need to go ahead and do is just get him a safety valve, because if you're still going to end up having Brandon Cooks, you're still going to end up having Nico Collins and a couple guys like that. Mitchell will be back, so I think your receiving core will be decent. Chris Moore, more than likely, is going to be able to still be here. So I think the pick honestly should be Michael Mayer. We need somebody who can, be very effective on third down instead of, checking the ball down to the running backs the way that we've done all season. It's
exactly.
been a strategy to look at. And one of the and most of the teams who've gone to the Super Bowl have one thing that they've all had in common, with the exception of the Rams when they won last year, was an elite tight end. So I think if you have an elite tight end play, which Michael Mayer happens to be the best tight end in this. And I understand we have other guys like Dalton Kincaid, Darnell Washington out of Georgia.
Yeah.
Much respect to those guys, but Michael Mayer, I believe, should be the pick at number 32, because that's a steal.
I thought we was gonna disagree on one pick by now, but obviously we haven't. Because the only other player I can consider here, other than Michael Mayer, would be Jameer Gibbs. But the run game been looking good, and right now you can probably pick up a Melvin Gordon for free on free agency. What he can do, see what he can do.
I
But
wouldn't have been mad with the Josh Downs pick And I
Yeah,
definitely
that
couldn't
too.
be
Just
mad at the
downstream.
Eagle pick. I definitely couldn't be mad at showing up the line just in case if we get into free agency and we're not able to get a guy like Jerron Payne.
Yeah,
So we definitely need as much interior D line as possible.
yeah, and you got to go with Michael Mayer. The kid is 6'5", or 6'5", 230. I mean 263. Uh, he can
Jesus.
block. He can make plays in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
He's set records at Notre Dame. He's been consistent, and I mean he just has the tight end body. He comes from Notre Dame, where they know how to block, where they know how to
Right.
make playmakers, and the talent usually translates from Notre Dame to the NFL. Look at Kyle Hamilton's. Look at
Yeah.
Quentin Nelson and these guys. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna take with the 32 pick the Houston Texans select Michael Mayers. It's not even hard.
Yeah. Phenomenal pick.
He could just went off the board. Zach
Oof.
Harrison, Gibbs, all of them. Oz. Do we Oz?
Oh, come on,
I
man.
was gonna
Save me the
say
pick,
because I
bro.
was like, should we consider trading up right here? But I'm like, nah, we don't need to do no trades. We don't need to do no trade. Not on
Mm-hmm.
this one. All right. So at the 64 pick, Wink, these are the players we still got available on the board. With the 62nd overall pick, we have the center out of Minnesota, John Michael Schmitz. That's a position of need. We know that.
Right.
uh, 65 ranked player is Will McDonald, the fourth D line out of Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
66 ranked player is Blake Corum out of Michigan. Put him
Woo!
with Damian Pierce as an unstoppable offense.
Oh my God.
With the 67th ranked pick, you got J.L. Skinner. I'm not the pick, but the ranked player. 67 ranked player is J.L. Skinner out of Boise
Oh, they
State.
got him to 67 now?
Yeah, they didn't moved up on the board. Yep,
Oh,
Dalton Kincaid is the 68 ranked player. You got Luke Musgrave, tight end out of Oregon State, the 69 player. Andrew Voorhees is up here at 72.
oh,
DJ Turner out of Michigan, the corners at 70. But we got 64 and 68 back to back. So these are just some players to think about. Parker Washington out of Penn State, wide
man.
receiver.
I think there's two names that you've already said that stand out to me. And honestly, both of them can be had, but depending on, a 68 who's still there, we can make other considerations. But for me, man, I want to throw in the third, and I definitely want to throw in this third, and we're going to see what it is. But right now, for me, Corm at this plate because I've been seeing him come off of drafts. I love what Blake Corm is doing right now, bro. He's like Michigan's offense, bro. This dude
Yeah,
is better than Saquon Barkley when he was in Penn State. Same body type. They look like in terms of body type, they look physical. They look about the same, true transfer legs, bro,
yeah,
can cut on the dime, can make moves, make dudes miss in the open field. I understand some people are gonna be like, why would we need another guy when we have Pierce? For one, you're gonna need a loaded backfield. Like you don't need Pierce to be worn out. And at the end of the day, why not have two options who can kill you and take over the game if you don't have good quarterback play? If Bryce falls in any trouble, for some things that they might need to slow down, so their pass rush down. Why not have another option and have another person, coming out of the backfield who can make an impact? Maybe they can do a split back situation. Maybe they can get to some triple option. Who knows? A lot of things can happen with that pick. Um, the other pick is definitely JL Skinner, bro. 6'4",
yeah.
bro, 230, rangy. I love Kirby Joseph, who came out of Illinois last year, and it's a shame that Detroit picked him, and he's doing wonders for their defense right now. Just ask everybody how they feeling about Kirby Joseph right now. 6'4" safeties ain't walking around like that, and just ask the Ravens fans who was shitting on Kyle Hamilton a little earlier in the season, saying he was getting burnt and this and that. Guess what? He's the best safety in the game. He's allowing the least amount of yards. No touchdowns, no nothing. So I think that was a great investment for that defense. My third
credit
is
credit
definitely
credit hold on, credit to Kyle Hamilton. He is one of the best safety, but he only played 33% of snaps. Because I know the haters gonna be in the video saying something. So we're gonna throw that out there then, but keep going.
hey, my last guy. You have to get you a right guard, and I think that Andrew Voorhees, Cedric
Yeah.
Van Pelt, this spot is definitely a good spot. But since you are 68, you'll be able to make some moves just to see if one of these guys is gone. But my pick, I'm fucking with Corn. Tough, tough. Like I don't know about you, but we can come to some sort of agreement and see what it is that we really need.
For me, I like Blake Corum a lot.
Right?
Everybody know that. I like
Yeah,
Skinners a lot too, but we really
yeah.
need a center. We really need a center
I can't.
bad.
Yeah, I can't
And
hate on.
I don't know if we're gonna address that in free agency. But today we taking Blake Corum with the 64 picks in the drafts. We taking Blake Corums. What y'all thought this was?
Yes, let's go. Yeah, bro. That's the move, bro.
They gave
We
us a
need
B plus for that, but we need that. We need this offense to be explosive, especially around a young quarterback like Bryce Young.
absolutely.
And guess who's still on the board at the 68 pick? John Schmichael Schmitz, the center out of Minnesota. J.L.
Uh huh.
Skinner, safety, Boise State. Dalton Kincaid, tight end out of Utah. DJ
Whoa.
Turner, corner out of Michigan. Linebacker Jack Campbell out of Iowa. Andrew Voorhees, guard out of USC. Cedric Tillman and Parker Washington. And, both of those are receivers. Parker Washington, Penn State, he's nice.
Yeah.
Tennessee, Cedric Tillman, he's nice, but he's been injured.
Yes.
And various Hodges Thomasons. He already got the DNA, the corner out of
Yeah.
TCU. For me, I would prefer, honestly, to trade back. I would actually consider trading back on this pick to see what we could
Straight
get.
back. Yeah. What's the offers? Do they have any offers posted?
They did have some, but I really didn't pick them. But we can press the trade right now. Let's see. We could probably trade back with Green Bay at 73.
Mhm.
I mean, but do you really want Skinner and them boys? I mean,
I really love Skinner, man. I think Skinner to go along with Stingley and Petrie.
yeah,
And the way that Nelson has been playing, you still got Desmond King for at least another year. Bro, that secondary is gonna be locked down, and I think you just help out that back end with the open field tackling. You got unlimited range as far as what you can do. At the deep levels, mid levels, and I think that we're gonna have to finally have somebody with the body type who's tall enough who can be able to contest with a lot of these tight ends in the middle of the field. He's definitely a guy that I think we should look at. At this point, I think you either look at him, you look at Andrew Voorhees,
yeah,
to be able to
Voorhees.
fill a guard spot, or you look at Cedric Van Pran, one of those three guys. I think, and you can't go wrong with a linebacker in this pick either.
Yeah, I didn't even look at linebacker or edge. Yeah, I mean,
Edge, who do we have for edge defenders? Check out the edge
you
spot. Just
got
click
the
on the edge.
you
Got
got
the edge.
you got Derek Cole out of Auburn. Nobody you should reach for. We can. I mean, you got Braylon Trice out of Washington. He pretty nice, number one at 171. So I mean, no, I don't think we should reach on edge right now. There's nobody up there. I'm just telling you that.
Okay. Okay.
So with the 68 pick in the draft, the Houston Texans select J.L. Skinners.
Yeah, I like JL
Got to.
Skinner. Man,
Yeah, we're going on offense, we're going to defense, we're going to offense, and then we went defense. So we got to keep it a little bit balanced.
yeah.
And who knows who's still going to be on the board? Like Parker Washington. Oh, he made it. Parker Washington is still on the board. You got Parker Washington on the board, wide receiver out of Penn State. You got Tank Bisbee, running back out of Auburn. We don't need him, but yeah.
Now we don't need him, but great. Yeah.
Exactly. You got Byron Young, D lineman out of Alabama. I believe he plays D tackle. You got Cooper BB, offensive tackle, Kansas State. You got Jared Patterson, interior offensive lineman, uh, from Notre Dame.
Hmm.
That's an interesting pick for me. You got Matthew Bergon. I heard Ray talk about him out of Syracuse, the offensive tackle.
Right.
Uh, you got the Marvin Overshown still on the board for
Oh, really?
linebackers, and you got Malachi Moore still on the board for safety.
Oh man,
And
I
we got
think
pick 102 and 137 and 186 and 198 left. So
we had picked 102.
yeah,
And DeMarvin Overshown, man, I really like what he's been doing for Texas. That dude's been flying all over the field. One of these old guys, Kirksey, Google Trill is going to end up being gone. I think addressing, him at this spot because I think if we pass up on him, we're not going to be in another chance to
no, we're
get.
not gonna get
We
him.
need, we need better linebacking play. I personally believe Overshown is the guy right here at this pick.
I think Overshown is the guy, but the thing is, um, he was a safety. He was actually a safety. He started off as a safety at UT, and then he was converted to linebacker. So we know he's gonna be a good cover linebacker. That's one thing we already know. And he can
Right.
hit dudes. He got good form on tackling. I would I would consider him or Jared Patterson, but I would take the risk on Jared Patterson falling. I can look at it, whatever is left on. Cedric Van Pran is available as the 104th players. So
Man needs to be next.
yeah, hopefully he's still there. So I mean, we could take the risk, and I mean, we're pretty much agreeing on all of these picks right now. I think the Marvin
Honestly, if
Overshown
you
is
want
the
to,
pick.
honestly, for me, if you would like, if you want to address because 104, that's cutting it kind of close. I think Overshown, if we only going to be
But we
like
had
three,
no, but we. Oh, it is close.
is it like 3 or 4 picks away before our next pick?
Yeah, because we had pick 102 right now, and he the
I'd say
104th.
who's rated higher on the. Is it Overshown or is
Overshown
it?
is the 93 ranked player. We can trade back with Cleveland or somebody like that, and or Pittsburgh, and try to take a risk, so we can pick up another fourth round pick.
See what offers can be out there, man. Try to get something.
So
Trade back a spot or two, and those guys are still there. I think the pick definitely needs to be overshown first because I think he serves a really big need, and Van Pran is definitely going to serve a big need because he's been dominating guys all year for Georgia's offense. If you don't know who Cedric Van Pran is, man, go look up his tape for Georgia, bro. He is excellent.
so right now I'm thinking about doing a deal
Hmm.
of our next year fourth and our this year uh
We got a couple of six though.
we're gonna do next year fourth and 2/7 for
Okay,
next year for pick 106. All right, with Pittsburgh.
all right. Did they take it?
It said they did, but it didn't. What? What?
I
Let's
think it'll say accepted. It'll go blue and then it'll go accept.
uh
Like that's generally how they do it.
yeah, but it
Once you
did,
go,
but I'm kind of confused on what happened. Oh no, I don't want to trade my pick, and we want. It's saying they don't have their fourth anymore. So we still on the clock. Yeah, I'm the one that's messing up. Yeah, so right
oh, okay.
now with the 102 pick in the draft, we're gonna take the Marvin Overshown or Scott Van Pran first. I think we go with the Marvin
I
Overshown.
say over. I
Yeah,
say over.
because you got Jared Patterson still on the board.
Yeah.
They gave us an A for that pick. So technically, we didn't give up that much to move back up in the fourth, and we're still able to get Jared Patterson or Scott Van Pran. I mean, I said Scott Van Pran. I keep calling him Scott Cedric Van Pran.
I'm still with Van Pran. I'm still with Van Pran on this pick. I think having him on the other side to be paired up next to Titus, if we end up extending him,
Yep.
and then it completes the line a little bit more, and it can kind of overshadow, the play at the center. It's going to make it look a hell of a lot better. And being able to have a guy like Bryce who can move around, has great pocket presence, I think he can be able to work with a line like that. So personally, I think Cedric Van Pran should be the pick.
All right. With the 106th pick in the NFL draft, the Houston Texans select Cedric Van Pran, guard
Good job.
out of Georgia University, a champions.
Yes.
They gave us a B plus on that. The lowest
Yeah.
grade we got right now is a B plus,
That's
which is
crazy.
phenomenal. And we coming up on a 137th pick in the draft.
Okay,
So
cool.
we still got 4 draft picks left, by the way, even with
Oh,
getting rid of 2 7s.
yeah, that's
So
great.
the best players left on the board is you got Caillou Blue Kelly, the cornerback out of Stanford. You
Mm-hmm.
got KJ Henry, the edge out of Clemson. You got A.T. Perry, wide receiver out of Wake Forest. Whoo! You got
What?
Kenny McIntosh, running back out of Georgia. You
Yeah,
got
I know
Tyler
him.
Davis, yep, D line out of Clemson. You got Michael Penix Jr. I like Michael Penix Jr., but we don't need him. And it's not. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't even need to go down anymore. I mean, you got Storm Duck still on the board, but I'm thinking A.T. Perry here.
A.T. Perry
We
does
got to go
seem
get
like
him a
a very
receiver.
good, a very good pick for Hunt, especially since we missed out on a guy like Josh Downs earlier. I know we'll have Mitchell this year, but I think being able to add a weapon just in case if we do happen to ship a couple of these guys off or if injuries happen, we already have the depth there at the wide receiver spot.
Yeah. So you're looking at a wide receiving core with A.T. Perry, with Nico Collins, John Mechie. You're still going to trade Brandon Cooks. No telling what you're going to get for that. Or he might be willing to stay. So, I mean, if you got Brandon Cooks with that type of receiving core, now we're talking about having depth. Even if you don't have Brandon Cooks and you go get you another high end receiver, you really got depth. So it's a win win
Mm,
situation. I think A.T. Perry is the perfect pick at pick 137 for the Houston Texans. And they gave us an
yeah.
A plus for that one.
All right. Cool. Mm. What's the next pick? What we got up next?
We got pick 186, 198, and pick 240.
All right.
We're gonna make it quick. It's still going though. The board moving. So we're towards the end of the sixth round ish. All right, and I really don't like looking at the top of the board when it comes to these type of picks. I like just
No.
going to by position, and I mean I don't
Right.
think we really addressed DN, so I think we should look at DN or
Yeah,
edge.
and Dean Edge, yeah, Dean Edge, and even another linebacker. I wouldn't be surprised if we look in that area too.
Whoa, my boy, they got my boy Ali Gay ranked 252 overall, so we can wait on him.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
bro. You be like, yeah. Alligator definitely.
Braylon Trice out of Washington, the edge. He's
I
still
don't
on
know
the
much about
board.
him.
Huh?
I don't know much about him, bro.
He nice. Let me see. D tackle, I'm not really worried about anybody. You can get DJ Dell in the seventh round. Uh, Tight end, no. You got Latu out of Alabama. I mean, if you wanted to triple up on tight end, we really don't need that right now. Linebacker is another position we haven't addressed. And you got Ivan Pace Jr. out of Cincinnati. You got Nick Herbig out of Wisconsin. You got Troy Brown out of Ole Miss.
What about
Justin
Diet?
Flo,
What is his name? Diabetes? Diet?
Diabetes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
he?
Muhammad
Is he
Diabetes.
there?
I
Gone.
don't see him, but usually he falls to like the sixth or seventh. I mean the seventh, but I don't see him.
He might be gone. Somebody. His stock might rose.
Yeah, and you really don't got nothing at receiver right now. So, um, me personally, I think the pick is Braylon Trice.
I go with your better judgment, man. I'll ride with them because it is a position to need. It is some depth that we are gonna have to address.
Yeah, they gave us an A plus for that pick.
All right, cool.
All right, so now we at pick 198, and we only got one more pick after this.
Okay.
And the best player on the board, just to let you know, you have Kendre Miller, running back out of TCU. He's
Mm-hmm.
nice. Tavondre Sweat, D lineman out of Texas. Jalen
Mm-hmm.
Catalons, safeties
What?
out of
He's still
Arkansas.
there?
Yes.
Man, look.
I know we
Man, look,
already got
bro.
a safety, but to triple up on safety, the type of
Man,
coverage you can
look,
run,
man. Man,
the
look.
package.
You
Oh,
need you need depth. You see, I want to be able to explain this because you already have a situation. Okay, you have to look at it for guys who can be able to play multiple positions. It is definitely a situation where you should be able to take this guy and he's going to be able to help you with your franchise, man, instantly. So I think it should be Jalen Catalon.
yeah, me
And I
too.
got a call that I got to get ready to make in a few minutes, so we can go ahead and get these picks in.
Yeah,
I think it should be Catalan. That's me. That's a luxury pick.
exactly. And what they give us on that? They gave us a B plus. So
I'll take it.
yeah, Jalen, man, they don't understand because you already got Petrie who can play
Yeah.
on the line of scrimmage. Skinner
Yes.
can play on all three levels really,
Right.
with his size, and then you add a Catalans, man.
Yes.
All right, so with the last pick in the draft, I'm looking at the top of the board. Oh, I'm forgetting my boy Ali Gay.
Oh yes.
He not
Already. That's the
there.
pick.
He not
That's the pick.
there. Oh no, somebody took him. Oh, we got Harry Rob. Oh, you got Stephen Gilmore, cornerback out of Marshall, still on the
Man,
board.
take him. The bloodline. We need
Yeah,
that.
we gotta go Stephen Gilmore. They gave us a B for that. So that was the lowest draft grade we got, was that
And that's
B.
all good.
But look at this team. So just to go over the draft board one more time with y'all, because I know y'all like to see everything. So we did one trade. We traded a fourth round pick, 106, for two seventh. No, we traded four Pittsburgh's fourth round pick, 106. We traded them two seventh round picks in our next year fourth round pick, which is an even fair trade. Uh, and basically, we out here with the number one pick in the draft. We got Bryce Young. With the number seven pick in the draft, we got Brian Breezy. Two great positions of need that we filled. With the 32 pick in the draft, we got Michael Mayer. With the running back at pick 64, we got Blake Corum. At pick 68, we got J.L. Skinner, safety out of Boise State. With pick 102, we got the Marvin Overshown, linebacker out of UT. With pick 106, we got Cedric Van Pran, our only trade out of Georgia for that interior guard position. For pick 137, we got A.T. Perry, wide receiver out of Wake Forest. Go ahead and get your young quarterback that threat. With pick 186, we got Braylon Trice, edge out of Washington. With pick 198, we got Jalen Catalon, safety out of Arkansas. And with pick 240, we got Stephen Gilmore, cornerback out of Marshall. So y'all know this is a fun video. This is volume 3. We're going to have week 4 coming up next week, next Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere around there. Maybe even Thursday. But we're going to have it out there for y'all. Thank y'all for joining
Yes.
in. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all subscribe. And also, tell me who you would have picked. I know y'all going to have y'all differences. I know y'all prefer different players. Tell me who you think. If you ever want to join the video, hit your boy up with Wise. Y'all already know how to hit up Wise in the Discord, and I'll be willing to jump you in this video. When you got anything to add before we jump off?
And nothing, man. I'm good with that draft. It's gonna be, hey, you get the right coach, replace Pip, we going places.
All right. Salute everybody. Salute to Salt Sports. Thank you, Honcho, for letting us have the platform. We out.
Yeah.